Imagine for a second just starving to death.
Right, a really grim thought.
Yeah, I mean, a brutal, relentless famine has totally decimated your homeland, and your only option for survival is to walk hundreds of miles across this unforgiving terrain to a foreign superpower.
Mhm.
And once you're there, you have to basically beg for food from their, like, terrifyingly powerful supply chain executive.
Which is terrifying enough on its own.
Exactly. But now imagine the absolute horror of realizing, way too late, by the way, that this ruthless foreign official who literally holds your life in his hands, he is actually the brother that you betrayed and sold into slavery 20 years ago.
It's quite the plot twist.
It really is. I mean, when you hear a story about a brother sold into captivity who eventually rules an empire, you probably expect this, simple fairy tale of magical triumph or, like, bloody revenge.
Right, the classic Sunday school version.
Yeah, exactly. But when you strip away that childhood lens and actually look at the historical and literary and honestly the psychological layers beneath the text, that cozy little story just completely vanishes.
Oh, it completely dissolves. I mean, the moment you realize you're looking at a deeply complex geopolitical crisis, everything changes.
Yeah.
The sources we're examining today, they treat this not as some simple fable, but as a really sophisticated masterclass on political power, macroeconomics, and maybe most importantly, the agonizing weight of repressed family trauma.
Which is exactly our mission for this deep dive. We are exploring a really scholarly, historical, and literary analysis of Genesis chapters 41 through 43. So we're moving way past the familiar setup of, a boy in a colorful coat. Instead, we're stepping into the culmination of this massive four-generation saga from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob and now to Joseph.
Right, the stakes are incredibly high now.
Yeah, we're looking at a story that pivots entirely on a staggering shift in power dynamics. So, okay, let's unpack this, because to even begin to understand this narrative, we really have to look at the structural movement of the characters, don't we?
We absolutely do. Right from the jump, the literary architecture here, it relies on a massive, almost unimaginable reversal of fortunes.
Like a total 180.
Exactly. The structural shift is really the defining feature of this entire section. Think about where Joseph starts, right? He is a forgotten prisoner in a foreign dungeon.
Yeah, he's at rock bottom.
Literally rock bottom. He's been stripped of his family, his freedom, his very identity. Yet somehow, he rises to become a top-tier Egyptian administrator.
Well, his brothers go the exact opposite direction.
Precisely. You have Jacob's family back in Canaan, these older brothers who previously held absolute power over Joseph's life.
Right.
And now they are falling into complete famine-induced desperation. They're forced to migrate just to survive.
The very people who threw him in a pit are now being forced to march toward him on their hands and knees. It's wild.